Welcome to another live stream watch along reaction. Tonight we are watching and reacting to Real Salt Lake versus CS Herediano in the 2025 CONCACAF Champions Cup. Round 1, leg 2, 0-0 on aggregate. Real Salt Lake has to win to advance. It's that simple. They have to win to advance. They lose, they're out. They draw 0-0, they got to go to extra time. They draw scoring, Herediano's through. So Herediano are the team with the better chance. Let's just be real. Herediano are the team with a better chance to advance. Real Salt Lake are behind the 8 ball. Even though they didn't get scored on in Costa Rica, they did not score an away goal. And this could go any way. This is the one competitive tie of the day because Cincinnati Motagua was over before it even started tonight. Motagua gave them a little bit of a scare, but Cincinnati tied it up 1-1 on the night, 5-2 on aggregate. And then Seattle versus Antigua is pretty much done and dusted as well with 3 away goals for Seattle. So this is the only competitive tie of the night, the Real Salt Lake tie, and that's why we're covering it and reviewing it because I felt why not. So why not just cut the fat? Considering we have a 9 p.m. match tomorrow. And that's the only one tomorrow. 4 minutes of stoppage time, Cincinnati, Motagua. But Cincinnati's already advanced. Starting 11s for the Real Salt Lake Herediano game. Real Salt Lake contra Herediano en la Copa Campeones de la CONCACAF. Primera ronda, partido vuelta, 0-0 global. Starting 11s are as follows. For Real Salt Lake, in goal, Rafael Cabral. The back 3 of Kobe Henry, Samuel Junqua, Bodie Hidalgo. The midfield 5 of Diogo Gonçalves, Dominic Marchuk, Nelson Palacio Ruiz, Amika Anelli, Lachlan Brook, Forster Ajago, and Brian Vera up top. We also have Diego Luna on the bench. Oh, Cincinnati almost scored another. Starting 11 for Herediano, we got Danny Carvajal, not the Real Madrid one. This is a different dude in goal. The back 4 of Hoxel Quiros, Kiner Brown, Juan Luis Perez, Daryl Araya, Emerson Bravo Ramos, Alan Cruz, formerly of Cincinnati, by the way, Sergio Rodriguez Aguilera, Jose Rodriguez, Elias Aguilar, and Joaquin Hernandez. So what we have for this match, and Cincinnati are all but through 3 minutes or 2 minutes away from full time in the Cincinnati tie, and we can write that down on the tracker and the card. I was wrong about this one, by the way. I thought Motagua would advance. I was wrong about this one. I thought Motagua would advance. But Cincinnati, turns out Cincinnati's better without Luciano Acosta. Turns out Cincinnati without Luciano Acosta actually looks like they're for real. I know, I'm shocked too. Kevin Denke, Evander, Pavel Bucha. Then they bring in Oriano later. Like, seriously. This Cincinnati team looks legit. I know, I'm shocked. I did not expect this. I didn't think they'd be bad. I just didn't think that Luciano Acosta being gone would actually make them look better. Turns out he was a head case. Turns out Luciano Acosta is a head case. Turns out it's a good thing he's gone. Cincinnati might actually compete and not be frauds because they got rid of their head case, who just so happened to be their MVP. Evander's made them better. I'm happy for him, and I'm not going to lie, but let's also just give Kevin Denke his flowers as well, and Pavel Bucha. And when Oriano comes back, ooh, baby, that's going to be something. They might actually be for real, I got to say. I'll give them their flowers. So, Cincinnati will play Tigres in the next round. I think Cincinnati might actually beat Tigres. I'm not kidding. I think they might actually. I may have to change my prediction, but that was considering Tigres versus Motagua. I even thought a weak Cincinnati could probably beat Tigres at this point, but now, yeah, Tigres is probably dead. But we'll get there on Monday. Because of the jersey unboxing, we're doing the recap and round of 16 predictions on Monday before the round of 16 starts. But just to be clear. But we'll deal with that on Monday. And this should be full time. It is Cincinnati draws 1-1 on the night. 5-2 on aggregate. Cincinnati advances to play Tigres. Cincinnati avanza contra Tigres la octavos de final. Yes, octavos de final. So it was 1-1. 5-2. Cincinnati avanzar 5-2 global. 5-2 on aggregate. So it was FC Cincinnati. Two. Was it X because I had Motagua? Boom. All right. There we go. Let's move on to RSL. Now let's fully move on to RSL. What's on the line tonight? RSL has to win. Yes, a 0-0 draw would put them to extra time, but that's very unlikely. I would say that's very unlikely. I do think Herediano's going to score a goal. I also think RSL probably should score a goal, which a 1-1 would knock them out. Any scoring draw would knock out RSL because of no away goal. 0 away goals for RSL. So that'll do. Diego Luna's on the bench. He could play a couple of minutes. He did start on the weekend, but for some reason he's not starting here. Does RSL care about CCL, or do they think that they're just going to walk all over Herediano at home? We're going to find out. I mean, they got 4-0 by San Jose. I mean, they probably shouldn't be so high and mighty about this one, but whatever. We got AC Milan and Bologna tomorrow. AC Milan. Teams are about to walk out. We'll cover this game, review it, then I'll be watching the Seattle game as it plays. TFC wins. TFC is better than Orlando, it seems. Yes, Pasalic, you know what? I say Pasalic gets 1, TFC 3-1. Pasalic gets 1 late. 75 minutes. TFC wins 3-1. I'm sorry. I think that Philly team is worse than Toronto, or at least at the start of the day. At the start of the season, I thought that Philly team was worse than Toronto, and they belt-assed Orlando in Orlando. I think Toronto could do the same. This Toronto team is different. They are fighters. So I think Toronto beats Orlando. I do. Philly really shouldn't have kicked Orlando's ass. If Toronto doesn't win, I might just rant. Well, Orlando. Well, hey, you might get a crash out the second week of the season. That's the good news for anybody who wants to see me crash out if Toronto loses. I agree, but I still think Philly, it could just be a really good night, and Philly is crap. Who knows? But I still think Toronto's side is better than Philly. I do, on paper. Maybe Philly's better than I expected, but it could just be one good night. Yep. I was watching it. I just didn't cover it because there was no competition. But I was watching the end of it on stream a little bit there. Miami beats Houston. 3-1. 3-1, 3-0. Miami wins. Yes, the black and gold, beautiful. I still want the Copa Mexico jersey, though. But yeah, I could see that. I could see that. As I said, I honestly think Pasalic is Orlando's best player. Starting 11, Cabral in goal for Salt Lake. The back four, Junqua, Vera, Henry, Hidalgo, Anelli, Palacio, Gonçalves, Brook, Marchuk, and the striker, Forster, Ajago. Any scoring draw will cause RSL to get eliminated. A 0-0 draw is extra time. Any win for Herediano puts through Herediano. RSL basically has to win straight up. But then again, they still could win straight up in extra time, or penalties. So basically, RSL has to win in some shape or form to advance. Aggregate doesn't help them. The referee, Fernando Hernandez from Mexico, all Mexican crew. I'd say the one they're about to put out for the Gold Cup, unless you count the black and pink from the 2021. No. I think it's going to be a draw. I think a 2-2 draw at best. Tatiana Guzman is the VAR referee. I don't think RSL's that good. They got 4-0 by San Jose. Now, I know San Jose was supposed to be better this year, but I said RSL was going to be trash this year. If you're a competent MLS team, you should at least score 1 goal in Central America. I don't think RSL's competent. That's why you don't sell your best player. Speaking of selling your best player and getting 4-0 by San Jose, yeah, that best player went to San Jose. Carvajal in goal, Araya, Perez, Brown, Rodriguez, Quiroz, Aguilar, Rodriguez, Cruz, Bravo, and up top for Herediano is Hernandez. Good. I think so, or at least on aggregate, which is a draw. Scoring draw, yeah, I think so. I mean, I had them winning the tie the whole time. It's pretty much leading to that. Now, I was wrong about the Motagua upset. That didn't happen. Cincinnati are better without Acosta, that head case. Turns out Acosta's a head case. That's why they were frauds. Even with Brandon Vasquez. Let's not blame it on the fact they had no striker. They were frauds with Brandon Vasquez. So I don't know if they would be good with Acosta plus Denke. Start off, here we go. There we land. Sorry to tell you, I think Luciano Acosta is a head case. Buyer beware. It's okay. She is very talented. Very talented. Very pretty, but also very talented. So, yes. Hopefully WWE signs her at some point. 30 seconds. Exactly. You're just going to let the Acosta head case thing just whoosh over your head. Okay. I agree. Yes. 1 minute in, they're playing fast like Europe fast. Yeah, but there's a lot of teams who do that in MLS. Now, I don't think that's rare. 1 minute in. Basically, RSL has to win to advance. We'll have 30 extra minutes if it's 0-0. Well, there's a reason. Like, he did force a move. He did go to war with the GM of Cincinnati to force a move. He didn't get his desired move to Argentina, so he got traded throughout the league. Maybe not a head case, but a diva. But what I'm saying is he may play like an MVP, but he's not a one-man team. / Cincinnati are frauds with him. Let's watch how they're playing with Denke and Evander. I think Evander was just pissed off at the Timbers front office. There's a difference. I think Acosta felt like he was bigger than he really was, that he had more power than he really was. I think Acosta felt like he had more power than he really did, like he was Cincinnati. There's a difference. But did they ever succeed with him beside a shield? No. Did they succeed when they had a striker? It's not just because they didn't have a striker. Yeah, they have Denke now, but I don't know if they would have succeeded if they kept Acosta and put him with Denke. Evander is better. I think Evander was legit just pissed off at the Timbers front office. I think Acosta has a way higher image of himself than he really is. Even though he's good, he is not the savior of a team. So maybe not head case, but diva. But either way, maybe not Antonio Brown level head case, but diva. But I think there's a difference between the Evander situation and Acosta situation. I think the Portland Timbers front office was offended that somebody would call them on their shit. I think Acosta thinks he's bigger than he really is, which is why he tried to angle for a move back to Argentina. But when he didn't get that, he got sent to Dallas. He's good, but he's not as good as he thinks he is. That's the problem. He might be as good as the league claims he is. Like, yeah, he was MVP level in 2023. I'm not saying he wasn't. But he is the one who thinks he's better than he is. Shot past the post by RSL. I think he overrates himself. Like he is an MVP level player. He overrates himself. I just think the Timbers front office was mad somebody called them on their shit. I think that's the difference about the situation. I don't think Merritt Paulson likes being called on his shit. So there's that. RSL's pushing hard. Well, I'm surprised. They do look better than I expected tonight. I'll give them that. They should. They're at home. But they should. They're at home. 0-0 esta noche. 0-0 global. Empate. La Serie. But I also don't think Costa is a one-man team. You would hope so. That means your team's good. That means your team is better than expected. He can't carry them himself. See, the bad part about Dallas is they lost a really good number 10 who was down for the cause for Luciano Acosta. Like, yeah, he'll have some of his moments. He'll have some moments. I mean, let's not forget that he grew with Cincy. True. But like in 2021, since he was trash. 2022, since he had their moments, but they weren't world beaters. Exactly. He called them on their shit. And I wouldn't say called his bluff, but they shuffled him out of there. Acosta thought he was king shit of Cincinnati Mountain. There's a difference. There's a difference. Like, he saw them grow, and he thought he was the reason they grew to a team who was a contender. Little did he know, it was play to him or you're screwed. And they end up being frauds. Maybe it's early. Maybe it's too early to say, but I believe Evander I think he's legit down for the cause. I think he wants to make the team better. I think they're a lot more on the same page. As far as I can tell from what I've seen them play over 180 minutes plus another 90, I would say that it seems like they're on the same page for the first time in a long time. And that matters a lot, I'd say. That matters a lot when it comes to playing a team is the way a team plays. If the team is on the same page, they play much better. They do play up to their level. Like, for example, Lorenzo Insigne, he was never on the same page as anything Toronto was trying to do for the past 2.5 years. 23, 24, yeah. They were bad. For most of the moments, they were bad. That is exactly my point. Bernardeschi ended up getting on the same page when Bob Bradley left. Like, last year was much better. He started awesome. Last year was much better. This year seems better. Shot side netting just past the post. But 2023 was bad. He didn't want Bob Bradley. And then once Terry came in, it was over anyway. So might as well save it for next year. So I think if your best players are on the same page, all on the same page, you're better off, especially in a league like this. So that's my point. I think Cincinnati's actually on the same page for the first time in a while. Basically, Acosta's the Mitch Marner paradox, but football version. And I'm not saying he's a weak mentality. What I am saying is when the game is open and nobody's really focusing on him, Acosta, he does amazing things. He does amazing things. When he's locked in on and they're tied on him, it's hard for the same magic to be replicated. I don't think Cincinnati's like that. I think Bucha's playing more free. Denke's playing free. Evander's playing free. You can't just lock in on one guy who's trying to make everything happen. And that's the way he plays. Insigne, when Bradley was there, they wanted out. At least that was the rumor. They wanted Bradley out or they'd be out. I think Insigne still wants to be out, but I think Bernardeschi has gotten more loyal to the cause. I think he loved the city. He just hated the manager. He just hated what the manager was. Insigne, I don't think they get along really well either. I think them both don't like each other. But I think Bernardeschi's problems are more, he loved the city, but the manager he thought was trash. That's like the one thing they agreed on was Bob Bradley was trash. That's like the one thing they came together on. Yeah, that's true. I think he's definitely losing it, but also him being divorced doesn't help. 10 minutes in, RSL's having their moments, I gotta say. If they keep playing like this, they might just end up getting through by the skin of their teeth, or maybe even better. Now Insigne just wants to get paid, but basically sitting on the couch is wanting out. They'll give him all his money. Guess they're telling Marchuk to take off his chain. I guess. Cross in. Header. Cleared away by Herediano. Good clearance. Plays it back. So, basically what I'm trying to say is, yeah, Luciano Acosta is basically what Mitch Marner used to be for the Leafs. Open play. Nobody's keyed in on you. You do amazing things. When it gets tight, the magic goes away, is my point. So, as I said, Acosta looks like a one-man team until they lock in on him. Just be wary of that. I don't think that's the way Cincinnati's playing. And yeah, over 90 minutes, you could still get free for like one slight second and make one pass. So it's not like he was out of it completely, but he was out of it for 90% of the match. Like, look back at the Cincinnati game. Look back at the Columbus game, the second half. They locked in on him. They came back. Look at the New York tie. I feel like Acosta was very much locked in on by New York City FC. I really feel like he was. So look at any big competitive game that Cincinnati played over the past 2 years, 3 years. If you look back at it, you see him get locked in on, and it changes the game. Basically, if you're in MLS, as long as you're in the playoffs, you just play hard enough to get in the playoffs. Which I think that kind of leads to the Shield problem, to be real. That the team who plays the best football throughout the season, who plays very consistently, maybe you're playing teams that are just trying to be in the playoffs, and it makes them look better. But once the teams get into the playoffs, I think they flip another gear. I think that's the problem to the Shield situation. And some teams are like, why is this not as easy as it was 3 months ago? Which I think that's a legit situation. Now, Atlanta was always Miami's thorn in their side. That is different. But I think there's a lot of Shield teams who have been caught off guard by in the playoffs when they play a team they absolutely stomped out throughout the year, that the team they're facing turns another gear and plays better, and they're like, well, why is this harder than it was 3 months ago or the last time we played them? I think it's an interesting situation, but maybe I'm wrong. But I think Atlanta always was just better against Miami. I don't think that was a shock to Miami. I just think Atlanta outplayed them. Now, Columbus, of course, Cincinnati Eastern Conference Final, of course, that's always going to be closer. Revs versus the Revs situation, when the Revs went down, ironically enough, the year before they had beaten Philly as a Shield winner for the same reasons. But when the Revs went down, because NYCFC just outplayed them, and they also had 21 days off at the time. Yeah, it was like 21 or something. That definitely changed things, but so maybe also a couple of them was them having like 20 days off, but it's not like it was just the Shield team. I mean, Colorado felt the same way. NYCFC in 2019 felt the same way. So 22. LAFC won. I think it was 1v1 with Philly and LAFC. So, yeah, it didn't matter. 15th minute. 0-0. Herediano finally getting a chance to go forward. And they give away the ball. Cleared away. RSL is playing better so far, I would say. RSL playing forward. They got a 3-on-2. Ball crossed in, but it just flows a little bit too far. Gets cleared. Herediano gets away with that one. But that was a 3-on-2 odd man rush, so to speak. Speaking of hockey. Yeah, they did. But they also were number 1 in the East. And then they had like 20 days off before the conference semi, and then Toronto played, got hot, scored 4 goals in extra time, played NYCFC. And then NYCFC gave the game away. It's not like Toronto totally won it. I mean, they gave away the goal to Pozuelo, and then they fouled Richie for the penalty, and then Pozuelo scored at the death. But Toronto persevered. Toronto persevered. Yeah, I don't know if I liked that 2019 to 2022 for a playoff format. Like, I feel like the number 1 seeds, ironically enough, except for Philly and LAFC, like 2019 and 2021, the number 1 seeds got screwed. Well, except for LAFC. Ironically enough, LAFC was like the number 1 seed to like not get screwed. Like both years in the West, they made it at least to the Western Conference Final. And then Seattle just beat them the first time, and then they won the MLS Cup in 22. But Colorado, 20 days off, play on Thanksgiving Day, lose to Portland. NYCFC, off for 20 days, play Toronto, lose to Toronto. Reds, in 2020, I mean, we'll have the 2020 format. Wasn't as similar or as expansive, I don't think. Wasn't as expansive for off days, but the Revs beat the Shield winners in Philly. And Toronto also got beat by Nashville, but they both had buys. They both had to wait for wild cards, and, well, they both lost to wild cards, so it's the last time Toronto was in the playoffs. Not out with a bang, out with a whimper. Over the top, Herediano, are they onside? Doesn't matter. They won't be able to really do anything with it offside. Good. But you know what? That's why I don't hate the 3-game series as much. You know? How we doing, Nestor? How we doing? See, that's why I don't hate the 3-game series format as much. Like, I understand why some people don't like it, but it's fairer. Like, if we went the wild card team, of course, it was a 7-team format in 2021, 22, 19. I mean, you could sort of do it similarly to the 2020 format without 3-game series, but, well, it's the closest thing I have to, like, RSL's Burgundy or whatever, so. And, well, it is John Cena's retirement tour, so there you go. With that being said, I honestly think the current playoff format in MLS is fair. Now, of course, there's still been upsets in Miami, but it's fair. It's not because Miami were off for 20 days. They just played like shit. They got what they deserved. Point being is Miami got what they deserved. I have a hard time believing that the 20-something days off NYCFC had before they played Toronto didn't have something to do with Toronto beating them. I mean, does a team who's in form make those mistakes that NYCFC made to give the game straight up to Toronto in 2019? I don't think so. If a team played even 10 days before, I don't think they make those mistakes. They were so off the pace that they made those mistakes. Now, we can argue if they were forced into them by Toronto or if NYCFC just dumbly made those mistakes. We can argue about that all day. But 20 days off is, look at the Rapids versus Portland game. Portland was on the road the better team, and in the end, they survived. They got a goal, and they were down a man too. But they did what they had to do. Colorado just seemed rusty throughout the whole game, and they got chased. Revs versus NYCFC. They were never up to the pace. 20-some days off. Like, I got to say, that's kind of... You win the Shield or top your conference just to be out for 20-some days before you play again with the international break and such. I don't think that's fair. Best of 3 is fair. Even if it's too clunky and then you have 2 weeks off, then you get to the next 3 rounds. At least it's fair. Miami didn't choke because they were off for 20 days. Miami choked because they choked. Atlanta outplayed them. Corner. Cross in. Header over the bar by RSL, but it doesn't go out. It just stays perpendicular to the bar, I guess. Parallel. I'm not good at math. Seems more fair. I would agree with that, but they're still trying to keep him in MLS past this year. So if they extend him, he still would have, a year to do it again? But let me put this caveat. Let me put this caveat on it. Messi, if Miami makes the final of the Champions Cup or MLS Cup, I don't think it's as much of a failure. And he still won a trophy with Miami, the Leagues Cup and the Shield. So he's won trophies with them. It's not like he didn't lift anything. But if they make an MLS Cup final and lose one game, it is what it is. I don't think that's as much of a failure as if they lost in the conference semis, right? Champions Cup final, 90 minutes, maybe in Mexico. If they lose that but make the final, I don't think it's as much of a failure as if they lost to Monterrey again. Or if they, God forbid, somehow lost to Cavalier or Columbus. Especially, God forbid, on Cavalier. But, Columbus, the good news for Miami when it comes to LAFC or Columbus is the fact LAFC looks honestly weak. They've been lucky to win the matches they have. And they won on away goals, by the way. They won 1-0 in LA just to win on away goals last night, by the way. Yeah, but that one's pretty much over. That one's pretty much done and dusted. So I'm going to focus on this, review this one, and then move on. Miami's winning the trouble this year. Past the post, that'll be a goal kick for Herediano. RSL's getting forward, but they're just putting it a little bit past or being saved. Good morning. Diogo wide. But, yeah. We knew what you meant. Wide. We knew. Wide. Just barely. 25th minute. Again, a 0-0 draw means we go to extra time. A 0-0 draw after 90. Good tackle. Any goal from Herediano means RSL has to score 2. Good morning, Vietnam! '25th minute. Oh. Okay, playing forward, free kick for Herediano, extra time, then penalties. Depending on the situation of the match. Playing forward. 0-0, 0-0 esta noche y global. Goal for RSL. It's 1-0. Forster Ajago puts RSL on top for now. Forster Ajago finds it for RSL. Their first goal of the season. Legit their first goal of the season. Ball crossed in. Forster Ajago running across goal. Has room to pop it in, and he does. Isn't pretty, but they don't ask how. They ask how many. And RSL has one more than Herediano. But the problem is Herediano scores. Herediano has the away goal, so They're not out of the woods yet. Real Salt Lake. But it's better to go up 1 than be down 1 and have to score 2. So Forster Ajago, 27th minute. They don't ask how, they ask how many. 1-0 on the night, 1-0 on aggregate. 1-0 esta noche y global. 27th minute. RSL can win this. I've been saying they look better than I expected the whole night. But it's like going through by the skin of your teeth versus dominating. Like if they were competent, they should have dominated the first. Well, they should have scored 1 goal in the first leg, and that would have been it. 2-0 would have been it. Now they're still in the freaking weeds. They're still in the weeds. They're still in the weeds, but at least they have the lead. No, Forster Ajago didn't have anything to do with Toronto. Sad. Well, we have a striker now, so it doesn't matter. But Salt Lake at home, this isn't too surprising. They've been playing. It's like they were embarrassed last weekend. That was a matter of time before they scored. Pachuca's struggling right now because it was bound to happen. Them being as good as they were wasn't sustainable, I didn't think. Yeah, but Herediano's Herediano. Bad Tottenham. Good Man City. Informed Man City would have beat Tottenham 3-0. Cleared away by Real Salt Lake. Just my opinion, though. But RSL leads on aggregate by the skin of their teeth. Corner for Herediano. Will Pachuca be ready for Club World Cup? I mean, I'm sure they will be. They play better in international competitions anyway. Header on. For some reason, they play better in international competitions anyway. So do with that what you will. 30th minute. Playing forward, good tackle by Herediano, but that's out for a throw. Throw in for RSL, 30th minute. Playing forward, good tackle, but RSL keeps it alive. Or keeps it up for themselves. Cleared away. So far, if this holds, there will be no upsets in round 1. Unless, well, Vancouver's in the same situation Colorado was. Or Saprissa was in the same situation Colorado was. 2-1 up, but they have an away goal against. Figures if there is an upset, it's going to be the one I didn't pick. I think so, yes. I think you would. Free kick for RSL. Figures the upset that actually happens the one I didn't pick. Playing forward, Herediano. 33rd minute. Cross in. I'll be out. Thirty-third minute. Can Cavalier pull an upset against Miami? No. No. Then again, that's what we said about Atlanta, but this is Cavalier. I don't know. No. No. No, Miami's they're gonna win. The question is does LAFC or Columbus beat Miami before Monterrey could get their hands on Miami? Who knows? Maybe Pumas beats Monterrey. Who knows? Considering they just fired Lemma. Thank God. Pumas might beat Monterrey. Monterrey hasn't been too solid either. Let's just be real. Yeah, I saw that. I was told. I mean, they've been better since Sergio Ramos came in, but that's because it's Sergio Ramos. But, well, yeah, at least he's a defender. That does do something. But they weren't solid till he came in. Jury's still out right now. But I'm sure Jimmy Lozano could beat Alajuelense. It sounds like Jimmy Lozano's going to be the guy to replace Lemma. It sounds like it. But Lemma got fired. As he should. I'm surprised they didn't. Wait. How we doing, Henry? Playing forward. Only good team on Miami's brackets, LAFC. Columbus, Monterrey's washed right now. But Miami's still fraudulent. That's the problem. They're still fraudulent. "35th minute. Yeah, but language barrier though. Thoughts on NYCFC versus LAFC? Tie, LAFC win. Tie. Draw. The classic interconference draw. Oh! That's got to be a pen. What? No! He got bodied! That's not a penalty! You got to be kidding me! You can't do that! Man, you better put that in the highlights, because if they do, that's a hat flick. Dang it. You can't do that. Dude, he just got bodied. How is that not a pen? He got freaking body checked in the box. How is that not a penalty? How? How? He just got blown up in the box. That's a hat flick, man. Shoulder, shoulder. Sure. Hat flick to the ref. Pick a thing! Dude, just pick a thing. How did San Diego win against Galaxy? Well, Galaxy gave away one of the goals. San Diego were very good at pressing against the Galaxy. It seems to me it was their pressing that did it. Especially the first goal. It was 2-0, so yeah, we'll go with that. Pick a thing, refs. Just pick a thing. Playing forward, RSL. The referees are Mexican tonight, all of them. Cross in, cleared by Herediano. Luckily for them, it's still 1-0. Because that should have been a penalty. They won't put that in the highlights. I know it. They won't. Yep, that's how I'm watching it because college basketball is what I'm worried about. Playing forward. Can San Diego go on a run like when LAFC started? I don't. No, I don't think San Diego are that good. I don't think they're good enough to be third in the West. I think they have talent. I think they can make a playoff push. I wouldn't say they would be like firmly in the playoffs like LAFC or St. Louis in that first year. No. I mean, the first game did look a bit familiar, but Mississippi State, yes. Most of the rest of college basketball, no. Toronto, Raptors, and the 905. I may watch a game or two if I have the chance. It seems like they're actually playing better. If they make the play-in, I'll watch that. Maybe if they're in the play-in race and I have time to watch them, I'll watch. It seems like things are kind of turning at the right time there, but we'll see. We'll see. Yeah, like what? Almost next month? Just a little bit over a month? Header. Easy there. Yeah, I'd say more like Nashville. Like they'll be in around there, but they won't be St. Louis or LAFC. I think that's... But they won't be Austin either. They won't be Austin or Cincinnati either. I'd say closer to Nashville and Charlotte. They weren't that close, were they? They weren't that close. I have to remember that was 7 teams because that was still 2022, so... Yeah, they'll be more like Nashville. Or, yeah. Or Miami. Let's not forget, Miami did make the playoffs in their inaugural season. They played Nashville in the play-in game and got beat. But they did make it. They did make it. They just lost 3-0 in the play-in game. Probably will. .42 minute. Playing forward, 43rd minute. Herediano playing forward. They still have the ball. Ball crossed in. Saved. Saved. Well, that wouldn't happen. That's a Canadian stadium. That wouldn't happen. Like, why would there be a Canadian stadium hosting the Final Four? That just doesn't make any sense. Playing forward, that'll be cleared. Like, I don't see why. Cross in, RSL, header cleared. Shot. Header saved with a minute to go plus stoppage time. Herediano, all they have to do is score 1 goal as long as they don't allow another. But RSL has started to burn off a little bit. They got their goal. I think they feel comfortable with it. But if you're Herediano, does that mean you should just try? Shot wide. Just wide. If you're Herediano, does that mean you wait till damn near the end to get that goal, or do you pocket that goal as quick as you can? RSL, I think, is answering the tone of the game. They've burned off a little bit. They've slowed down a little bit. Still had their moments to score a second, but they're not too pushy for it when it comes down to it. 2 minutes of stoppage time. But I'd say they rightfully have the goal, and honestly, they should have got the penalty. But they should have gotten the penalty on that body check, which means $2-0. That's what it should be, but 1-0's fair. .46 minute, 1 minute to go. Foul, free kick for Herediano. Throw in for Herediano with 30 seconds to go. Cross in. Yeah, I agree. You know what? I like that. I like that. It should be. No stadium honoring the memory of Robert F. Kennedy Sr. One, should be demolished. Second of all, it should be remodeled to a soccer-specific stadium to 40,000 people and make it like Wembley at the USA. I agree. I agree. I agree. I don't. And that's going to be halftime 1-0. Yeah, I agree. 1-0 at the half. 1-0 esta noche y global. Miro tiempo. Real Salt Lake has the lead, but again, they're in the weeds. Herediano can easily flip this back to an away goals winning draw. They have 45 minutes to do it, but no extra time. We know that. That's the one thing we know. No. I just thought Salt Lake was going to be trash this year, but to the point where they could have lost to Herediano, but which is why I put Herediano through. But RSL's doing their job. Why would I be mad about that? I'm glad they are doing their job, even though it makes my prediction wrong for this tie. They'll still lose to the Galaxy, but yeah, I'd like to know too. But no, I'm not mad. How we doing, William? With that being said, 1-0 at the half on aggregate and on the night. But it's tight. Salt Lake's still walking a tightrope. They've definitely calmed down since scoring their goal. And Herediano's going back into the match. Will they regret that? We'll find out. With that being said, 1-0 at the half on the night and on aggregate. 1-0 esta noche y global. Miro tiempo. We'll take a short break, talk about the stats, get this one going, sit tight, and be back. We're back for the stats at the half. We got 9 shots to 1, 4 shots on goal to 0, 1 assist to 0, 14 steals to 13, 6 fouls to 5, 57% possession to 43% possession, 0 offside to 0, 4 corners to 1, 186 correct pass to 142, 36 incorrect pass to 17, 222 pass to 159, 84% pass accuracy to 89% pass accuracy. We got 0 yellows to 0, 0 reds to 0. Real Salt Lake 1-0 at the half on aggregate and on the night. 1-0 esta noche y global. Medio tiempo. Real Salt Lake, they got their goal. They really pushed for it. They got the goal they deserved. They've been the better team, I think. Well, they have been the better team tonight. But it's what you expect. Doing good. Real Salt Lake did their job over the first half. They did slow down a little bit after they got their goal and let Herediano go back into it. The bad thing about that is if Herediano scores and it stays 1-1 through 90 minutes, Herediano would still advance. But right now, RSL seem to be controlling the match, walking on a tightrope. But seems like I think they should have been up 2-0. Let's be real. I think there was a penalty missed that they should have easily got called to take, and they didn't get it. I guarantee you that body check won't end up on the highlights, so no hat flicks. But if it did, honestly, probably ain't worth checking. CONCACAF ain't going to show they made a mistake. But yeah, RSL probably should be up 2-0 and basically cruising through, but they're not. And they've been slow. Like, they've had their chances, but they've been more slow pushing forward since they got their goal. I think they feel comfortable. Let's see if that ends up blowing up in their face. We'll see. Seattle plays Antigua later tonight, but they have the 3-1 lead with 3 away goals. That should be enough to advance them. Vancouver Whitecaps have a 1-2 deficit at home against Saprissa tomorrow, but Vancouver does have the away goal. So very likely we have a similar situation to LAFC Colorado. See how Vancouver handles that tomorrow, which we'll be live for. But we'll see how that goes. I did pick Vancouver to win that tie, but yeah, the upset I didn't pick's the one that's going to happen. Games all week, I'm loving it. Well, not Friday, but we do have the jersey unboxing, so that works. But Monday, we didn't either. But Monday's always an off day. At least I can watch Monday Night Raw when I'm setting up everything for the midweeks, yeah? That works. I kind of hate how Monday Night Raw has been ending at 9:30, though. 2.5 hours, that's just... I know it used to be 2 hours and it became 3 hours, but 2.5 hours is just weird for the most part. Like, yeah, the first episode on Netflix went 3 hours, but I think even the games or episodes I didn't watch ended up ending 2.5 hours. So the 2 Monday Night Football gridiron games, of course, the Wild Card Monday and then the National Championship. Yes, they said that it makes the players weak and lazy. I think that's BS. I think Bielsa's wrong. Oliveira didn't look lazy to me, and he still got called up for the Copa. So does Bielsa really believe the stuff he's saying? Because Oliveira never looked lazy to me when he played for LAFC. He looked better than Bogusz. Like, LAFC looks like they're weak at the front right now because Oliveira's not there. Bogusz, well, that's different. But LAFC don't look as dynamic without him, Oliveira. So I think Bielsa's on He's on the wrong side of history, frankly. And Oliveira moved because Bielsa's on the wrong side of history. But Oliveira's like, well, you know what? I did feel lazy in MLS. Just because that may be his feeling. It didn't seem like he was lazy to me. So I hate that commentary. I have a lot of respect for Marcelo Bielsa, but I feel a little bit ashamed. I feel a little bit hurt by what Bielsa said about MLS. I think it's unfair. I think he's wrong. I think he doesn't understand the league. I expect this out of a Euro snob. Friday night, it'll premiere. I already had it recorded, but it premieres at 6 p.m., 7 p.m. Eastern. 7 p.m. Eastern on Friday night. Who will win the season's Champions League? Talk about UEFA? Liverpool or Leverkusen? Liverpool or Leverkusen? I really don't think Real Madrid's good enough this year. I don't. Barcelona, I think they'll choke at some point. Atletico has a chance. AC Milan's out. I like Leverkusen. I like Liverpool. Well, yeah, he did do that. I remember that, but I don't think it sort of connects. I don't think he's truly connecting both. I just think he was crapping on the league for what it is or what it used to be. Yeah, it used to be trash. Like MLS used to be weak. Like, yeah, it started weak. Everything starts weak. Like, a baby don't come out of their mom stronger than an ox. Even Jesus didn't do that. Even Jesus didn't come out of the Virgin Mary strong as an ox. So, of course MLS started off weak and as a sideshow. Of course it did. I'm not saying it was always perfect, but MLS is much better than it used to be. Like, it actually has grown. I think it is punching up against a glass ceiling that I think Don Garber now is the reason why they won't break the glass ceiling. I think, here's the thing about Don Garber, okay? He was good to keep the league alive and grow it to the point it is now. The problem is, I don't think Don Garber is actually good to grow the game to a point where it is better, that it actually is one of the best leagues in the world. He's very good at growing things to the precipice. He's a very good businessman. Growing MLS to the point it was now is all business, mostly. Substitution for Herediano. Vega is on. I think now MLS needs a commissioner who is a guy who knows football, who knows soccer, whatever word you want to use. They need a guy who knows the sport, who actually knows how to grow the sport, grow the playing side of things. And, of course, the style, the quality of game has grown as the league has grown. I'm not saying it hasn't. But to be a top 5, top 7, top 10 league, which I think we are in the top 10, but to be a certain top 10, top 7, top 5 league, you have to have a guy who understands the sport. Don Garber does not understand the sport. He is a businessman who has grown the league so much, maybe even more than expected that he would, that to the point where it doesn't need training wheels, that they keep him in because of all the growth the league has. It's a paradox where the second half has started. It's honestly a paradox. And at the point, yes, he needed to grow the league to the point where it still had training wheels. He was the guy who had to push the bike. You know? But the bike's ready to go. You know what I'm saying? Cross in for Herediano. They have a chance, but it'll be cleared. It's out for a corner. Yes, corner for Herediano. So my point is this. I don't have any ill will to Don Garber as a person. I don't. If that was any question, I don't know if it is. But Sometimes when I speak truth, I sound like an asshole, so do with that what you will. Herediano with a shot, blocked away. It does sound a little bit mean. Sometimes, well, truth hurts, but hey, when you speak the truth, sometimes I sound like an asshole, so let's just clear that part up. There's no personal animosity towards Don Garber here. I just think he's a horrible commissioner for what the league is at now. I don't think he's the guy that wants to take off the training wheels when they need to take off the training wheels. There needs to be a person who understands the sport, how to get players more like Messi, how to keep Messi's fans' eyes on the league. Because here's the thing. Just because you have Messi doesn't mean this league is truly growing. Yes, the numbers have grown because Messi's here. Let's see what happened to PSG, right? Let's look at what happened to PSG. People don't give a crap about them anymore. And honestly, they're playing the best football they've ever played. Honestly. And nobody stayed to watch. If a tree falls in the forest, does it make a sound? No. That's PSG. PSG is playing the best football that they've ever played. Right now. They are red hot. They actually could win the Champions League. UEFA. They could. And it wouldn't shock me. This is probably the most homegrown team they've had, but they can. But again, people are going to be shocked if they make the final, and if they win, people are going to be shocked because, again, the tree was falling in the forest when nobody could hear it. And that's because Messi's fans don't give a rat's ass about PSG anymore. The only reason they still care about Barca is because they came from Barca. Or they're Argentinians who root for Barca because of Messi. I'm a football guy. I know what's going on. I'm talking about most people. I'm talking about most Messi fans. They love Barca. They love Messi. They love Argentina. Even the Barcelona fans from Barcelona. They don't care about PSG. But then again, Messi didn't care about him either. But yeah, I know what's going on with PSG because, well, I live under a football painted rock. So yeah, I'm the one who's going to hear a tree fall in the forest when nobody's there. Because my hearing is such supernatural in this case. But not many people are. Yes. But, so yeah, I'll give them their credit. But Messi's fans are Barca fans. And Messi fans to wherever he goes. If he went to Newell's, they'd find a way to watch the Argentinian league to watch Newell's. Okay? However you do that in Spain, however you do that in Asia, they'd find a way. And then they'd tell Miami to screw off. Yeah, there'd be like 10 or 20% that watch the MLS. Like, you know what? I do love the league. I do love this league. But that's the minority. I don't think that's above 30%. So being conservative, let's say MLS picked up 30% more viewers. You're still dropping numbers when Messi leaves. Why are they working so hard to extend him for the World Cup? Because they think he's the reason why. And then you have Don Garber running his damn mouth thinking, oh, we need to change the schedule to fall spring. That's what'll make this league better. We have to align our transfer windows with the rest of the world. Not realizing Argentina and Brazil play a January-December schedule and they get their players moving on to MLS and Europe. There have been players who go straight to Europe from South America, not just MLS to Europe from South America. There have been players who make the jump, even since MLS stuck their hands in South America. Should they have? Maybe not. Like Pelistri? Maybe not. Maybe they shouldn't have. But I would agree with that, but that's him. That's him. But I do agree that there are things this league has to do better. But again, there's no reason why a fall to spring schedule does not work in this country or Canada for that matter. Did you not watch the Forge versus Monterey game at Tim Hortons Field? They were playing on a sheet of ice. The first week of February. You think that's going to work, Don? Like, you're basically telling me that if Toronto plays in February, they're playing like a month and a half on the road before they ever play at BMO after the winter break, after Christmas break. That's not a good idea. Like, legitimately, I believe the people pushing for this schedule change are like, but this helps us align with the calendar. By the way, look at Seattle. Look at Seattle. They always bring in their best players during the summer. Ladero, Rui Diaz. They always bring their best players in during the summer. You could do that in MLS. Bernadeschi came here during the summer. There's only a certain amount of players who came during December, and that's either free agents who leave their club early, or players who the club don't give a crap if they leave. They just leave. Sebastian Giovinco, perfect example. Juventus slightly wanted to keep him past January, but they were like, you know what? Fine, Toronto have him. They let him go. In the end, they let him go and let him start the season in 2015 with Toronto. That's rare. Insigne still signed in January, but it came over in the summer in the end. I don't think so. At least not against Panama. But we'll see what happens. Exactly. It's not the schedule. It's not the schedule. And besides, I feel like the people who are pushing this are the people in the hot climates. LA, Miami, Orlando, Atlanta. But even then, Arthur Blank's got to know that playing during the winter, he's going to have to counter-program his own NFL team. It's easier to do like 3 weeks out of the year instead of like all 18 or like 15. I know the Atlanta Falcons suck ass, but come on. I know Atlanta United's honestly better than the Falcons. Oh, by the way, let's not forget Georgia plays at the Mercedes-Benz Stadium 3 times a year. Let's not forget the SEC championship game is played in Atlanta. Georgia plays like 2 neutral site games before that throughout the season in Atlanta. It's not like it's one game. There's the freaking Chick-fil-A kickoff. There's the SEC title game. There's the freaking Peach Bowl, which now is basically a playoff game no matter what. Header, at least the good news, that may be Christmas break. Exactly. Like, don't get the bite. Like, half the players are going to get the bite. He's a sponge. It's in his name. He's a sea sponge. But my problem is this. Herediano with a cross. Brought down. Here's a shot. Shot. Goal. 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 Herediano. 1-1. It's a goal. It's a goal. Herediano. 1-1. Uno. Goals de visitar para Herediano. Go. What a run. RSL are not happy with it. Let's see what's going on with it. 55th minute. Herediano scores. Barbosa's not happy about it. Rafael Cabral is not happy about it. Yes. Away goals. Herediano has an away goal lead as it stands. If this stands. Good goal. Just under the legs of defender and Rafael Cabral. Emerson Bravo has scored. 55th minute. Let's see if it stands. 1-1. From the far post, he rolls it under defender and the keeper into the far side of the net. What a run from Bravo. The RSL players aren't happy about it. Let me tell you, they ain't happy about it. Let's see if it counts. They think Ajago got fouled in the buildup. They're going to VAR. They're going to VAR. Ajago may have been fouled in the buildup. CONCACAF's website has put the goal on the website. Let's see. Ajago may have been fouled at the buildup. He might have got fouled in the buildup. VAR, yeah. They're checking it. Let's see what the referee calls. Referee hasn't given the players the call yet. I can tell you that much. No goal. No goal. Foul in the buildup. Foul in the buildup. It's 1-0. Herediano has to get it again. The Bravo goal is annulled. Anulado. De VAR. 1-0 esta noche y global. Herediano has to score again. No goal. Foul the buildup on Forster Ajago. Let's see if Herediano wakes up from there. Diego Luna's coming on. 58th minute. RSL wants to put this one away now, I'm guessing. They want to put this one away now. Diego Luna's on, or about to come on, for 17. Lachlan Brook. For Lachlan Brook. Yeah. They kind of do. Diego Luna's on, 58th minute. So the goal did not stand for Herediano. The goal has not stood. VAR to the rescue for RSL, I guess. Forearm to the back, yep. So, Herediano has to score again. Oh, it's out for a throw. 60th minute. They got 30 minutes to go. Well, there you go. Herediano has to score. They have to get their goal again. RSL, I guess, got a give back call because they missed the penalty call in the end. But pick a thing. So an elbow to the back is a foul, but body checking somebody in the box isn't. Okay. Yeah, pick a thing. You know, if I was Herediano, I'd be like, pick a thing. Like, pick a thing. Really, if you're a ref, pick a thing. Because technically, if an arm to the back, if a forearm to the back is a foul, this is in their heads. I'm not saying it isn't. I'm just saying in their heads. If a forearm to the back is a foul, a body check in the box is a foul. Both should have been checked by VAR. One should have been given as a penalty, and one should have been goal annulled, which it was. But am I wrong? Pick a thing. Pick a thing. Pick a thing. That's all I'm saying. Pick a thing. Shot saved by Herediano's keeper. That's a corner for RSL. Seriously, pick a thing. That's all I'm saying. Except the VAR call. One 0 1-0 esta noche y global. Playing forward. Ricardo Marin scored for Pueblo over Pachuca. Oh, that was 2 hours ago. So, well, there you go. That's the one. Monterrey lost to Mazatlan. Okay, no, they got problems. No, they are struggling. They lost to Mazatlan. Now, how you going to do that? How you going to do that? If you're Monterrey, with the players you have, you lose to Mazatlan 1-0. Like, I don't care if you're in Mazatlan. What? Yeah, but Tigres are washed. We're not worried about that. Tigres are washed. We're not worried about that. We knew they were going to lose to Juarez. Well, we know they're washed. But Monterrey, they just got Sergio Ramos. And they lost to Mazatlan. Lost to Mazatlan. They might lose to Pumas if they aren't careful. If they beat Vancouver and Pumas beats Alajuelense, they might lose the quarterfinal to Pumas. If Pumas hires Jimmy Lozano, I don't think Pumas are a bad team. I just think Lema's a really bad coach. There's a difference. Jimmy Lozano, I think, will give Pumas a little bit of a bounce. That's my point. If it's Jimmy Lozano, I think Pumas, they should beat Alajuelense, and Monterrey might have trouble with Pumas if Jimmy Lozano's the coach. So we might get Miami versus Pumas. And that might be enough for Miami to make it. Or LAFC or Columbus, but still. MLS versus Pumas instead of Monterrey, which CONCACAF's definitely going to have an aneurysm at that. 64th minute. Header over the bar. Is that the World Cup jersey or? That can't be. It's got to be the Gold Cup. Playing forward, 64th minute. Mazatlan is bad. I didn't say they were the worst. I just said they're bad. Compared to Monterrey? Compared to Monterrey? Yes, they're bad. But maybe money doesn't cure all ills. I don't know. Maybe money doesn't cure all ills. Maybe that's the lesson. Oh. Well, that does make sense. 65th minute. Gago might just get fired by Boca Juniors if after losing last night. Well, he made a bad career decision. Who knows? No, that won't happen. There's no way. There's no way. So Gaga will be back in Liga MX in about 6 months. Anselmi, we'll see. Because he ain't doing too well at Porto either, but at least he just started. 67th minute. '67th minute. 68th minute. Ojeda and Wolff are coming on for RSL. Trying to shut this game down. Interesting. Throw in for Hidalgo, 68th minute. '68th minute. Goal kick for RSL. We'll review this game once it's over, and then we'll see how the Seattle tie ends. Substitution. Diogo is off for Ruiz. Ojeda's coming on. 69th minute. Wolff and Ojeda are coming on for Marchuk is off for Wolff, and Anelli's off for Ojeda. 70th minute. Playing forward, shot, goal, 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 goal! De Herediano! Aguilar! 1-1! Goal! There was the run. Aguilar. Elias Aguilar, the captain, makes the run and slots it home. This one can't be taken away. Horrible giveaway. Good slide. Passes to Aguilar. Boom. Right before the keeper takes him out. What a tackle by Herediano out of nowhere. A little bit of a passing exercise. Boom from Aguilar. 1-1. 20 minutes. They get it anyway. They are advancing as it stands, but you can't take this one away. Wow. Ref can't save you now, Salt Lake. Elias Aguilar in the 70th minute. 1-1, 1-1 esta noche y global. Goals de visitar para Herediano. And there's going to be a fight. Goals de visitar para Herediano. Away goals to Herediano with a goal. We're getting another fight, aren't we? What the hell? What the hell? Another fight? Fight. You come into our house, you should get your behind kicked. There's a goal. There's a goal. There's a goal. And that should be a kickoff, and that one counts. RSL has 19 minutes plus stoppage time to score another goal. It does kind of look like that, though. It does. It does. It does. We're about to see some incredible bus parking, aren't we? I've seen enough. Give Galaxy Herediano. Herediano kits remind me of Marlboro advertising on Penske's team until tobacco wasn't allowed to buy advertising auto racing in the U.S. Here comes Herediano. Can they have another chance? Oh, what a run. Free kick. 73rd minute. Harry Maguire doesn't play for RSL, but maybe he should. 73rd minute. One of the worst giveaways I've ever seen, and then a free kick given away. '73rd minute. Brian Vera gets a yellow card. Hopefully San Luis wins tonight. Let's see who they're playing. Because, let's see if I care. You're an America fan, right? So, let me guess. Mexico. How the hell is it? What? Playing forward, shot save. You mean tomorrow? The Mexican games must be off. Oh, there we go. Boom, 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 boom. Oh, Chivas. Oh, okay, I see why. Yeah. You want Chivas to lose. You want Chivas to lose to San Luis. I got it. Toluca Querétaro going on as we speak. Toluca's going to beat the shit out of Querétaro. San Luis could beat Chivas. Let's see what the table looks like. Chivas, 10th. San Luis, 18th. 4 points. You really think so? Like, I know Chivas is ass, but 4 points. Well, yeah, Chivas only has 6 more points. Okay. They might have a chance. Chivas only has 6 more points. Yeah, they probably should win that. I want to see something. Does San Luis still have Dominic Terran as their manager? That would be stupid. 4 points, that would be really stupid. Playing forward, 75th minute. Mazatlan did beat 90 mil Monterrey. Yeah, but 4 points. 4 points in the season after 9 games. I don't know about that. Tehran is still their manager. How? 4 points is a sackable offense. Dear God. Frank Boley plays for them. That is a sackable offense. 76th minute. Hold on. Playoff is 12, so they're 6 points away. This, I guess, is a 6-pointer. Cross in. Man, if I was making sports ball like videos for Liga MX, as soon as Torrent got fired for 4 points, get out! Whatever meme that is. I think I did that pretty perfectly, like the get out meme. Yeah. Off of your head. Get out! That was pretty close. I'm not going to lie. That was pretty close. Playing forward. RSL. Clear. Get the ball out! Or I could also... Why play it that way? You gave him the angle. No! Don't! Are you kidding me? Luna plays it through. Good tackle. Corner. 77th minute. '78th minute. Ball crossed in. Brought down. Back heel. Clear the ball out. Why are you playing it side to side? You're going to get owned. You have the lead. Clear the damn thing. Heredianos, you're playing like foam brains. Wake up. Wake up. You're playing like foam brains. Ah! Shouldn't have tipped that forward. You should have just kept running. Should have just kept running and kept it close. You're playing like foam brains. Come on. Typical CONCACAF style. Like, I know you're parking the bus, but this just looks dumb. There's a difference. Like, parking the bus, I've seen some teams park a bus very, very efficiently. This just looks dumb. Like they don't know what to do. Which, that's bullshit because they knew what they do. They knew what they were supposed to do last week. They knew what they were supposed to do last week. It's total. I don't know, man. I don't know. Looks like they don't even know how to park a bus. First, you step on the clutch. Oh, wait. You mean, no. And Luna's got space on space on space. Ball crossed in. Header. Corner. Do not make unnecessary journeys. I don't know why Nashville let Ajago leave for Salt Lake. Well, they already have Sam Surridge. Who else do they have at striker? What is Women's Pass just went to Tampa Bay, right? On loan, right? Yeah, okay, so that was stupid. Forster Ajago. He was pretty talented. I had an eye on him. I thought he was pretty talented. I don't know. 80th minute, 10 minutes to go plus stoppage time, corner for Real Salt Lake. Substitution, they're going to make the substitution before the corner. For Palacio off for Gozo. Cross in. Header. Clear. Get the ball out. 80th minute. Yeah, Herediano's going to give one up. I hate to tell you. With that VAR check, it's going to be like 6 minutes of stoppage time. They got like 16 minutes to play. Adding stoppage time. They're going to give one up. I hate to tell you. They're going to give one up. They're doing some dumb stuff. They're parking the bus, but they're doing it very dumbly. They're going to give one up. I hate to tell you. I see it coming. Two substitutions for Herediano. Two substitutions. 26 and 22. That would mean coming on is Aaron Murillo and Eduardo Juarez are coming on. For Hernandez, free kick taken, so both subs were made. For Alan Cruz was off for Murillo. Oh, he almost ran over the keeper. Hey, you know what? Try it. 82nd minute. RSL's made all 5 of their subs. So they're stuck with what they got. Unless there's an injury, then down to 10. Or a red card, then down to 10. Well, down to 10 no matter what with the red card. If there's a goalie red card, then, well, your goalie you have to pull somebody out of the field to play goalie. 82nd minute, which I don't know if that'll happen considering Herediano is going to be parking the bus, but in both cases. But do that what you will. I don't think Messi's doing that, but that would be unnecessary drama. Well, I wouldn't say drama, but people, if he did do that, that would cause drama on the news pages. So Messi would get called out for cultural appropriation. So I don't think he wants to do that, but playing forward, Herediano, ball stalled. 84th minute. Herediano will advance if this holds, but damn it, they're making it a bit hard on themselves. '84th minute. Throw in for Herediano. 6 minutes plus stoppage time to go. Man, they ain't. 84th minute. RSL about to make the Galaxy fly from Vancouver to Costa Rica for games less than 48 hours apart. Well, I mean, it's February in the USA. What do you expect? What do you expect? 85th minute. Playing forward, 85th minute. Shot! Wide. Away goals. Herediano has an away goal. RSL didn't score last week in Costa Rica. They both scored in Salt Lake. Away goal to Herediano. All Herediano had to do was have a scoring draw and they advance. Or win. RSL had to win. Pretty much. A 0-0 draw would have sent them to extra time, but free kick for RSL. Yellow card for Herediano, 86th minute. '86th minute. So with that, I'd say there's about 10 minutes left with extra time, of course. I think we're going to get 6 minutes of stoppage time. So 90 plus 6. Yeah, 10 minutes. 4 minutes plus 6 is 10. Yeah, there you go. Substitution for Herediano. I think we're going to get about 6 minutes stoppage time. That's just my hunch. Stephen Williams is coming on for Herediano for Aguilar. Free kick for RSL. Free kick, 87th minute. Does Utah not have a name for their hockey team yet? No. They want to do Yeti. Of course, the Yeti company, the cooler company, said no. Free kick taken, shot off the wall. I think that's a goal kick. I think. Nope, corner. 88th minute. Corner. Cross in. Header. Shot. Save! Save! What a 10-bell save! Corner. A 10-bell save! A 10-bell save from Carvajal. He might have just saved them the game. A 10-bell save. On the doorstep. He just gets there. What a save. Another corner for RSL. Cross. Header. Out for corner again. What? Okay, no. I think that's a harsh call, but okay. 1 minute to go plus stoppage time. Yeah, I'm not surprised, but that's been sort of the news for like the past year or so. Header, wide, goal kick. Herediano gets away with that one, but what a save from Carvajal. Oh my God. A 10-bell save. Might have just stole the game. I think you kind of have to give man of the match to Aguilar, and Carvajal if this ends up the way it is after that. Wow. I think RSL just got goalied. I mean, the country's so big they probably could, but I think RSL might have just got goalied. $30 seconds for stoppage time. Let's see if I'm right about 6 minutes. 30 seconds. Oh, nice run. Diego Luna has room to play the ball. He does. Herediano are flowing down the pitch. That's got to be. Free kick the other way. You know what? Maybe not in looks, but the way he saved that ball, yeah. That reminded me of Bennington, yeah. 90th minute. Player down. Let's see. Drop ball, free kick. Let's see the stoppage time. 95 minutes. It's a little bit better than I expected. 5 minutes. 5 more minutes for Herediano to put themselves into the next round. I said Herediano would win this tie. I have 5 minutes to find out if my prediction was right. And this is why you don't train a cup group and you don't train a league group after you get 4-0'd by San Jose. No, Herediano advances on away goals. And I'm still happy about it. And I'm still over the moon about it, about that hockey game. That Four Nations final was amazing. I'm still over the moon about it. Amazing. 4 minutes to go. 1-1. 1-1 esta noche y global. Goals de visitar para Herediano. Away goals to Herediano. They have the 1-1 score with the away goal lead. Chips over the box. That's out. That's out for a goal kick. And there's a player down injured anyway. 3:30 to go. Wow. Wow. How many goals do RSL need? 1. They just need to win. They take the lead, they're through. Of course, once the clock stops, once the final whistle's blown. No, they won't. No, they won't. They won't. Yep. 92nd minute. Jimmy Fallon interviewed that hockey player. Yeah, he interviewed Matthew Tkachuk. Which, you know what? That actually kind of made Matthew Tkachuk likable. I won't lie. I thought that was actually a pretty nice interview that Jimmy Fallon did with Tkachuk. Tkachuk's a tough player. If he's not on your team, you don't really like him. But turns out he's a good-hearted guy. He's just a very tough player. He doesn't care about being liked, you know? Unless it's by his fan base, you know? But he just wants to win. But I actually thought that interview really did a good job of making Tkachuk more likable, ironically enough. 93rd minute. Herediano will be down a man. I think, no, they do have one more sub. Well, one more window. They're going to make the sub. Okay, so they're up to 11. Yeah, no. I wanted my prediction to be right. I wouldn't have been mad if they advanced. I just wanted my prediction to be right. So I was rooting for my prediction. 2 minutes to go. There'll probably be some time added on for that injury. Probably another minute. So probably 96. Herediano, because I picked Herediano to win the tie. Which, so far, I was right. Goal kick. Probably going to 96 minutes now. Maybe 97, which that was about what I expected. Ajago called for the free kick. Last minute goal. 94th minute. Probably. And the referees are getting a bit... Oof. It's getting a bit chippy on the sidelines as well between the coaches and the refs. Goal kick, 94-30. Yeah, I think they should have. Problem is I don't think the USA wanted a Sidney Crosby type figure on their team like Canada wanted Sidney Crosby. I don't think Patrick Kane has the cachet with USA hockey like Sidney Crosby does Canada. But that makes sense because Sidney Crosby scored the golden goal. And he's still playing. Yeah, Lazar Stefanovic, yep. Made his MLS debut at 16 back in 2023. He played pretty well that day. I'm happy about it. I hope he gets a lot of playing time. If I was the coach, I would play him. He's a damn good player. Well, if they're an MLS team, yes. Unless he wanted to troll Mexico, I guess he could invite a Mexican team as well just to troll, but I don't. Cross in. Header over the bar. I don't think he knows the difference about the Canadian teams and MLS. He would just see MLS and he'd invite them. He would invite him if he saw MLS. So, yeah. I wouldn't mind it. I think it'd be awesome if he did. But an MLS Cup. But goal kick, 96th minute. We're past 5 minutes, but I don't know if that'll be it. It's not a free kick. Advantage played. Herediano plays it deep. Running on it. Seattle NT was about to start. Costa Rica. It actually will be a free kick for RSL. I'm only reviewing this game, so. 97th minute. 97th minute free kick for RSL. This might be the last kick of the game. Ball crossed in. High angle free kick. Chipped in. Header. Header down. Cleared. Clear ball. The ball's cleared. Over the top. Herediano can run onto it. They have a chance to put this game away. Rounds the keeper. Gets tackled. Penalty. Penalty. Herediano. Penalty. LA Galaxy. Penal para Herediano. If it's scored, it doesn't matter. Game over. No matter how long this goes. He has to give the penalty. He will give the penalty, but dog so by the keeper. This will be given as a penalty. He ran over the attacker. No ball. Penalty. Penalty for Herediano. To seal this game, Rafael Cabral gives away the penalty. Herediano. Well, hold on. They got to take the penalty first. Who do Miami play next? Cavalier of Jamaica. Vega to take the penalty. It is Vega. Randy Vega to take the penalty to put Herediano through without having to worry about RSL. Even though this game probably will be over as soon as they kick off the ball. But to actually win the match, Herediano. To actually win the match, Randy Vega. 99th minute. Penalty. Against Cabral. Runs up. Takes the shot. Goal! 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 De Herediano! Panenka! Para Herediano! Goal de Vega! 1-2! 1-2 esta noche y global! Goal! Goal! +8, 1-2 on the night and 1-2 on aggregate. Herediano will advance after actually winning the match. 1-2 esta noche y global. Herediano avanzar contra LA Galaxy. La octavos de final. Herediano ganaron contra RSL. A little squib kick. Boom. Told you RSL was trash. And he took off his jersey. He's getting a yellow card, but it was worth it. Herediano will advance. It doesn't matter if RSL scores, if they had any time to do it. Doesn't matter anymore. Game's over. Herediano's going to win. Is this embarrassing? Yeah, but then again, they just lost to San Jose 4-0. I mean, you could call that embarrassing too. At least they were an MLS team. Full time, Herediano wins 1-2 on the night and on aggregate. They have beaten Real Salt Lake. And they're going to play the LA Galaxy in the round of 16. They should. They're the MLS Cup champions. They're not trash. I don't care if they got rid of, or Ricky Puig is hurt and Joseph Painsill's hurt. He might not be totally out. Gabriel Peck, they'll be fine. Yes, the Champs Cup is a big cup. And this is why it's embarrassing. With that being said, Salt Lake will move on to play the Galaxy. Or not Salt Lake. Herediano will move on to play the Galaxy. Salt Lake will play the Galaxy later this year in MLS. No, Salt Lake's trash. That's why you don't rotate until you actually play, until you actually have the lead, by the way. I think this is the exact way Real Salt Lake lost to New Mexico last year. So, in the Open Cup. No, because I got to review the RSL game. The Antigua-Seattle game's over. Seattle has 3 away goals. It's not Antigua's not coming back. They have to win 3-1 just to get to extra time. If Motagua couldn't do it against Cincy, I don't think Antigua's doing it against Seattle. So, yes, Vancouver. I'm covering the Vancouver game tomorrow. Let's look at the starting 11 for the Seattle game before I close out here. But Vancouver Saprissa, yep. Let's see. Seattle starting 11. Thomas, Bell, Reagan, Yamar, João Paulo, Roldan, Leiva, Ferreira, De La Vega, Morris, Ariola. Yeah, no, they're not giving this one up. They didn't even rotate except for their goalie. And arguably, Andrew Thomas is better than Fry at this point. You could arguably make that statement. So, and maybe John Bell. That's about it. Yeah, no, Seattle's going to hold on. Yeah, but 3-1 to a Guatemalan team in Seattle without rotating? No. This is why we don't have a group stage in CONCACAF. You're so sure about MLS winning, you should feel the same way about this game as I do. With that being said, so are you really that sure? With that being said, if you like this stream, like it, share, subscribe. You know what it is. Tell your friends. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that bell notification once subscribe. Send chats on the live streams. Comment on this video. Put this in playlist. Share with friends and family. All that great stuff. I'll see you within the hour to review this game and laugh at RSL because they deserve it. I'll see you later. I'm Ron and I'm out. Peace. Congratulations. Felicidades Herediano. Commiserations Salt Lake. You got what you deserved. Peace. I know. I'm watching. I'm just not covering it. Peace.